Hey there, welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. This is Alex. I'm here to bring you a specialty spread called What About Your Friends? I've done this about 2 or 3 other times on the channel. So this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Before I get into the explanation of this spread, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. It helps with my channel growth, and it's a great energy exchange with tarot. So this is going to be a 7-card horseshoe spread explaining the past, present, future energies of regarding the people that you've had around you. And that's how you know whether or not you're reading. And then I'm going to talk about something that you need to know in your present energy regarding someone or some bodies in your energy. And we'll clarify as needed to make more sense of it. Whew, y'all, it's getting hot. I'm in Georgia, the state of Georgia in the U.S. And my room that I use for my readings is a bit muggy. So I'm going to try to not sound like I just ran a marathon. But I'm hot and muggy. Spirit, what are the messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node regarding their friend and support network? Also, keep in mind, I use the term friendship loosely. It's just to clarify that it's definitely not talking about blood relation, family, or people that actually raised you. We're talking about friends, but that could be best friends all the way down to associates to work friends. Because a lot of us spend most of our days in a work environment. So the people around you that you socialize with outside of just like family. Okay? Spirit, what are the messages for Capricorn? And I really try to back up the camera so I can get a better view. Although I don't like that it kind of cuts out my nice little moon back here. But I want all of the spread in view. Okay. Just give me one moment to look over the spread. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So, for the group of Capricorns that this is for, this is, okay, so you've come out of a situation in the recent past, if this is your reading, where you felt like you had to really be defensive about, I'm hearing your choices to your friends. Either you've literally had to defend your choices, or you already know that the friend group that you have around you, the people that you typically associate with, really don't share the same views as you, and though you felt like you've had to be defensive, even if there necessarily wasn't an encounter. I'm looking from a little paper. Why do I do this every time? Here we go. Even if there wasn't a specific encounter or a quarrel or anything, it's just that you've realized in the recent past that maybe the people that you consider your friends, it's not that they're not good for you or they don't have your best intentions in mind, but you're not really in alignment fully with regards to something like beliefs, values, ways of thinking and operating. So, in the present energy, you're really trying to make decisions about how to, let's say, I don't even get necessarily who to cut out, but I think I've discussed this before, and if not your reading, someone else's reading, Capricorn, about how it's not necessarily about cancel culture. You're not canceling your friends or saying that they're not your friends anymore. But sometimes the people we consider closest to us, it might have been friends or associates that we grew up around, but our values have evolved or changed to where we can still befriend those people and be there for them, but they're not necessarily our best for, like, we can't really share all aspects of them freely and feel comfortable in our process of growth, and it might be a little bit hindering. So I feel that the Capricorns that this is for, you're going through a state right now where you're trying to not only decide, hey, how comfortable am I really with showing this new or more evolved or more open or awakened side of me to this group of people, and how can I get myself more in alignment with people who will be more like my soul family or my friend group, who I can trust with all sides of me, good, bad, indifferent, different, all of those things. So in the near future, because you're taking the time to be aware and cognizant of this, I do see that there is a special group calling for you. Now this is a creatively based group, a group of people or a person, someone who's passionate. I'm getting a lot of passionate artistic energy because quite literally that is what the Ace of Wands represents. I feel that not only do they embody that energy, but they light that spark in you for whatever it is, whatever journey that you've recently decided to embark upon. They ignite that passion and freeness with regard to sharing that journey with them. So let's see. In your surrounding energy, so King of Pentacles, which is good. So there are people around you who are able to help support you on your mission, and not only with regard to helping you find your soul family, which again, this isn't a DNA family read, but I consider close friends like soul family. That's the family you choose, right? So there are people around you who would not only be supportive of your soul's journey, but again, I've been getting this energy for Capricorns for the last month or so, that whatever your soul's journey is, it's also tied to your financial journey and your friendship journey and your family journey and your awakening journey. There is the veil between spiritual and 3D is thin to non-existent for a lot of zodiac placements at this time, but especially for Capricorn energy. I get that a lot for Gemini as well, but there's a very thin barrier between those different facets of life, if any at all. They're all kind of jumbled up in this one big blessed spiritual, financial, literal, figurative, you get what I'm saying. So there's energy around you supporting you making this transition. And also feel that there are people in your life who you view as King of Pentacles who would actually understand your spiritual journey more than you give them credit for. But either way, there are some energies around you that understand both sides of you, and not only help you in your journey by, if nothing else, allowing you to be you and evolve and without judgment in their presence, but also by bringing you to other opportunities for, if they don't share that element with you, I feel like they have access to others who do. So it's someone who's very open-minded and understanding. May not agree with you, but they actually they respect it, is what I'm saying, and could connect you with those who can help you out in every way on your journey. Now, the obstacle for you is Five of Wands, which makes sense. Five of Wands is about minor conflicts or disagreements, people not hearing each other. But most of the time, when I get this in a reading, I feel that usually it represents internal conflict. So, again, goes back to your recent past energy of starting to feel like you didn't align with people in your environment. A lot of that may not necessarily be based on you presenting your full self to your friends, or those who you consider associates or who you socialize with. It's more about you not feeling comfortable yet. I feel that Spirit is saying, yes, there may have been some people that you realize they're just not going to fit where you're going. There's no question about it. But there's a lot more people I feel that you've kind of hesitant to share all of you with, or all of your ideas, or your I also hear ideas about spirituality with, who I think you're counting out based off of overthinking. Okay, so Spirit's saying give people a chance to prove you right or wrong, because you're really tying yourself up in your head more than necessary. Also, Ace of Pentacles, I do believe this is Spirit saying, hey, give people the time, the opportunity to decide, or to present themselves to you, or this new version of you. And it's not like you all of a sudden became different, but I feel like a lot of you all have been like sleeper cells. You know, sleeper cells are those supposed federal agents that have been trained for battle or combat, but they're almost hypnotized into a state of not being activated until they hear a key phrase, a key word, or they go through some sort of conversion therapy to wake back up this ultimate warrior within them. And then they go into battle. And so I don't feel like you have changed as so much as you've unknowingly suppressed certain parts of you so long, and you're finally letting those parts of you wake up and embracing this journey. And so I think you'll be surprised. Spirit is saying offer up yourself in your true form, and then whoever approaches and whoever engages, that's who your soul family is. But don't count people out before they've even had a chance to even see the full version of you. And if you continue to listen to that advice, it'll lighten your load a lot. It opens you up to this fool's journey. And the fool has very little that they're taking with them with regard to luggage. It's just this little bag on this little stick, right? Because they don't have a lot of burdens or worries or trauma or programming going along with them. It's with open heart and a free spirit that they take a new journey. So if you're willing to open up and allow people the chance to really see who you are, you'll find yourself able to freely dive into a new area of life that matches or embraces and supports this awakened new version of you. So let's clarify this 7 of Wands in the recent past, because I do feel that Spirit is saying that this defensiveness is somewhat, it's understandable, but it's not always necessary with everyone that you kind of keep out. So let's clarify. Spirit is saying it seems easier to keep them away, but it's actually more of a burden on you to keep these lines or only keep parts of you exposed to certain people. It's really weighing you down more than you realize. So let's clarify this 7 of Wands energy in the recent past. One more. Cut the deck. Knight of Swords, the Devil, that's your card, and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Spirit saying be proud and loud about who you are. I know it's easier said than done. I know there's a lot that comes with that, but you're being encouraged to spread the message about this new version of you. Honor yourself, and it pays off in the long run. 9 of Pentacles is totally about being comfortable and so much appreciative of oneself and what you bring to the table that it naturally brings in these money blooms around her are naturally brought in because they're she's nurtured her garden, and now she's appreciating her environment, and through that appreciation of who she is and what she's created, she brings in blossoms. Well, in this case, these blossoms are pentacles. So Spirit is saying really understand that it's okay to be you. It's okay to tell people who you are. Now, this doesn't mean you have to shove it down people's throats. I'm not saying that if it's just somebody you meet at the water cooler, that you have to corner them and talk about your spiritual awakening. But for those who you do discuss things like religion with or have in the past, those who you have been comfortable enough to express what you want to try, new business ventures, or the people that you call when you have a broken heart and you don't understand why you can't get over it, those people have been shut out because you don't think they'll understand this new version of Capricorn. And Spirit is saying you really are over analyzing it, also delaying the process, because ultimately if they're going to fall by the wayside, you're just hurting yourself by carrying this load of trying to keep them away from the full essence of you for an extended period of time. It's just delaying the inevitable. Let's see, what else do we want? Let's clarify this Queen of Swords in your present energy. Spirit, can you clarify the Queen of Swords in the present energy for Capricorns regarding them and their friend group? Ooh, that fell out. 9 of Swords. Stress, being in your head. Let's see. Let's clarify this present energy. Capricorn. Let's see. And I hope this music isn't too loud because I don't want to copyright. Okay. The Sun, the Queen of Cups, the Tower. Yeah, you really want to get to this place of honoring who you are. The Queen of Cups gives me more the energy like this is the part of you that you're wanting to bring out, because the Queen of Cups really represents creativity, intuition, abundance, wisdom, knowledge, but also being very centered emotionally. And for some reason, this Queen of Cups energy is very significant for Capricorns. I'm talking to your particular journey. So again, the spirituality and financial aspect for Capricorns right now is not different. The ones that I'm actually having the privilege to read for right now, it's not different. So it's about really allowing also the light to shine on who this Queen of Cups is and how much, you know, she has to bring to the table and has to offer. And you're going to have to allow the tower to fall where it needs to fall in order to rebuild. But right now, what you're doing, Tower of Reverse is about fighting the inevitable. Like I said, I hear Spirit saying, you're really just delaying the inevitable by continuing to shelter yourselves in certain environments. And I'm not speaking on like, okay, yes, if you, again, you're at an office meeting, that's not the time to discuss it. But the people who you would discuss those things with, now all of a sudden that side of you is completely cut off. Well, it's time to make a decision about whether or not they're going to come along on this journey with you, whether or not you just, you know, they've already shown and proved that they can't understand or open their minds up enough to embrace you. But the time has come to like shed the light on the Queen of Cups. Let her out in all her glory. And like I said, allow the tower to fall where it may. Actually, I want to clarify what this King of Pentacles energy is, because that's the surrounding energy right now that I feel like represents those who are actually in a, it's like the people that you think are the word is not formal. I think some people around you, you think they're more traditional than they are. And then you will be surprised to find how much of the same journey other people are on around you. So as awake and as awoke as you may be, don't forget that maybe, and this is said with love, Capricorn, that you can judge people too just as much as or more than you think they're judging you. Especially if you view them as an authority and somebody who's abundant and stable and has gotten things in their life or acquired them by traditional means. I feel that a lot of you may think there's this big gap of understanding between you and them now. And this isn't to say that you don't have a lot, but you're seeing more of your differences than your similarities. And what Spirit is saying, you may be pleasantly surprised by a lot of people around you. So let's clarify this King of Pentacles. Ooh, it's hot. I just had to say that. Ace of Cups, King of Swords. Where do we have a... We have Queen of Swords in your present energy, King of Swords, and Seven of Pentacles. Listen, again, what did I say? You'll be pleasantly surprised about how much you share with regards to your spiritual journey with people who on the outside appear to be more into the 3D realm. Do not count people out without having given them a chance, especially those you already shared that type of connection with, because then you're shrinking down. You're looking for people who are safe, but more people are safe than you realize. Ace of Cups, I mean, that's clear as day about sharing love, intuition, support, wisdom, knowledge. King of Swords, which I find interesting, is the counterpart to the Queen of Swords energy that you're in. So again, they may appear like all pentacles on the outside, but maybe they're in the same place or the same journey that you're on. It's just that they wear it differently. And Seven of Pentacles, I also, as I stated earlier in the reading, am getting that Spirit is saying that these are people who not only can help you on your spiritual journey, or you could just through having a shoulder to lean on or somebody to talk to, but they can also connect you with other people who will prove to be like good investments and good, you know, people who provide connections and opportunities for you to grow something even bigger, because again, your spiritual journey and your financial journey are not different right now, Capricorn. No, they're not. Let's clarify this Five of Wands energy as your obstacle. Let's clarify the Five of Wands. as your obstacle. Whew. I'm going to have to step outside, like, you know, after I do this one and take a break just for some oxygen. You know, it's hot. And the AC is on. Whew. Five of Wands, Spirit. What is that energy as an obstacle for the Capricorns at this reading? Is 4. 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Ace of, all this head energy. This is all about you being in your headspace. Once again, confirmation. 4 of Swords, you're showing a lot of inaction. It's you're in this limbo state with people, you know, because you're still learning you and you're still growing and you're still evolving. And I understand. Spirit understands too. You know, you're not put on this earth and then punished for being human. Okay, but this is just to help bring some light to the fact that you are in a state of inactivity right now, thinking about things that you already have as much of an answer as you're going to get is what I'm hearing. So anything that you think plays out in your head and scenarios are all deceptive. Because if anything, a Capricorn will try to think about what is every possible outcome before I step into this situation so I can try to get acclimated so that no matter what the result is, I'm not in a state of total and utter shock and disruption. But the reality is, and the truth of the matter is that this is all in your head. It's not doing anything for your reality. And you've gathered all the information and you have all the details and you know what it is. You're going to have to either step out there and be seen or you're going to have to decide to fall back. But that's going to limit you. That's going to limit your opportunities and your support system. So understand that you have to sacrifice, because Ace of Swords is about clarity. It's also about sacrificing something for the sake of making a decision. So you're going to have to sacrifice some of your comfort for a little while, but I don't think it's going to be as long as you think. It's just about the discomfort of the discussion or the discomfort of saying, hey, I do this for a living, or hey, I don't really believe this that you believe. And it's not that we can't be friends, but I need you to understand and respect the fact that we just have 2 different viewpoints. That kind of discussion. But see, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad now, does it? Because what's the worst that's going to happen? And if they back off from you and quote unquote leave you hanging, guess what? You never really had their support in the first place. It was based off of a false version of you that no longer is the version that you accept, embrace, or want to show to the world. So let's clarify this Fool energy. Well, actually, let's go back. Let's clarify this Ace of Wands in the near future, because that's where I feel like you find inspiration, but also something is presented to you out in the form of new support. Let's clarify this Ace of Wands. I feel like it's tied to this King of Pentacles in your surrounding energy. Oh, sorry, my camera restarts at like 23 minutes. Let's see. Let's clarify this Ace of Wands in the near future. Judgment, the World, right? Temperance. Oh, 3 major arcana. I'm glad I clarified that. So basically, and it is tied to this King of Wands, Pentacles. In your supporting energy, you know why? Because this is about opportunity, but that opportunity doesn't present itself until you expose yourself, right? And what happens? Then you receive judgment, meaning now you're able to be granted the things that you need to move forward in this true version of you. That means now you get the world. You end up a cycle, but not only in one cycle and start another, the next one is at a higher level, a higher plane, one that meets, again, the needs of you as you are. And then temperance. Temperance is not only about patience, but also the ability to manifest your desires into reality. Also your direct line to spirit so that you know when to act and how to act. It's like you tune more in by trusting God, trusting his guidance, trusting that he has your back no matter what anybody else thinks about you, and move forward. But once you get out of this little uncomfortable space, it opens up this level of like intuition and being in tune, almost like High Priestess energy, but more of a manifester, right? So Wow, that's so. Now let's clarify the full energy as the outcome. If you're able to tap into this advice from Spirit about presenting the true, authentic you. And again, to those who you would have exposed those levels of you to anyway, right? Everybody doesn't need to know everything. They don't. You will lose your mind trying to explain everything about you to every person you meet. It's none of their business. But those who you share that kind of connection with, what is this full energy with about? Let's cover that. Thank you, Spirit. Four of Wands, Six of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. You're able to establish 1111, new beginnings, new foundations. You're able to move into calmer waters, and really and truly, I feel like this Six of Swords specifically is more about you internally and the turmoil and the assumptions and the fear about people not accepting you or supporting you or thinking you're crazy. Whatever it is, it could be your spiritual journey, it could be an artistic journey, it could be a risky thing you're doing with regard to chasing a dream. Whatever it is, it allows you to build a new foundation for yourself, a new support system, move on from those rocky waters of really not knowing if people really love you or appreciate you for you, and then continue to work on building your legacy and your empire without having to go back into this headspace about, well, I wonder if I can share this with my friend. You already know who your friends are. So it opens you up to focus more on your work. And for other signs that might be like, I don't want to, but for a Capricorn, to be able to pour all your energy, especially into something that is a soul passionate level, like even if it's a work thing, again, whatever these work things are for Capricorns are all tied to your divine purpose. So nothing more than a Capricorn would love to be able to work on the thing that speaks to them the most, right? So I hope this helps. This is all about being you and being authentic and kind of ripping the band-aid off when it comes to not hiding yourself from the support system that you already have and potentially bringing in the one that you need. So I hope this helps. Please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, my dear Capricorns, love you. Bye.